Award-winning Queensland-based singer-songwriter Brendan Walmsley is recognised as one of Australian country music's finest singer-songwriters. He's a recipient of numerous awards, including Star Maker and 3 Golden Guitars. His songs are not just catchy tunes, they are perceptive stories of the joys and struggles of life, the importance of love and family, and the strength that comes through faith. Brendan featured prominently in the Australian country music landscape throughout the early 2000s, touring with acts such as Troy Cassar-Daley, Becky Cole, Adam Harvey, Adam Brand, Tanya Kernaghan and Melinda Schneider. Gee, what a lineup! He released 3 critically and commercially acclaimed albums before dedicating his focus to his family and leading the music and production teams at his local church in Toowoomba. Despite the break from regular recording and touring, Brendan continued to showcase that rare ability to draw an audience into the world of his songs at various festivals, community events and concerts. He's also ventured into musical theatre, having performed in a number of productions over the past decade, including his own musical production based on his hit song Rose and Rodeo. Last year saw Brendan make a long-awaited return to the studio, where he recorded an inspirational new collection of his delicately crafted songs for his recently released 4th studio album, the remarkable Road to Rivoli, from which comes his latest single, God Loves Country Music, that I played a couple of minutes ago. I'm delighted to have Brendan standing by on the phone, waiting to have a chat with me, so let's bring him on here right now. Hello, Brendan. How are you, mate?
G'day, Harry. I'm really well, thanks. Great to be chatting with you today.
And it's great to have you on the line, mate. Absolutely beautiful. And it's something I've been looking forward to. Look, welcome to the Country Club. This is the first time I've had you on the show. I hope it's not the last. But anyway, it's great to be able to chat with you. So tell us the story behind this great single of yours, God Loves Country Music, which is great to know, by the way.
It is reassuring, isn't it? No, it's a bit of a fun song, and I guess the song started out as just a bit of a fun thing that I used to say to introduce a lot of the songs that I sang when I was doing some live shows, and I just thought it was a great idea. You know, the fact that when you think about country music and gospel music, they really walk hand in hand. You know, there's a lot of big country acts like Alan Jackson and Johnny Cash and Dolly Parton have all recorded gospel albums. And so, yeah, when people ask, you know, why sing gospel music, you know, I can point to these great artists and say, well, this is the kind of music that I love. It's the kind of music that I grew up on. And I'm, as you mentioned in the little intro there, I am involved with the church that I go to as well. And a lot of people often ask me, why do I sing country music? and I think
why
the
not?
answer to that's fairly, you know, it's fairly obvious, really, if you look at, as the song explains, you look at the life of Jesus. It's all about, you know, just meeting people where they're at, ordinary folk, and those that have got broken hearts, and you know, just some of those qualities and those stories that he told really point us to country music. And I thought, well, there's got to be a song there, so that's how the song came about.
It's certainly an inspirational song. I have to give you that. Did you write that yourself, or was it a co-write?
You know, I wrote that one myself. Yeah, just had that idea of just that strong connection between gospel music and country music, and just that idea that if God had a favourite style of music, what would it be? And of course, it would be country music.
Without question. No doubt about that one. As you say, you know, it goes hand in hand, doesn't it? You know.
Yeah, that's right. I've had a lot of the music that I grew up with. Probably my two biggest influences in music styles would have been country music. You know, listening to Slim Dusty and Kenny Rogers and Charlie Pride on big long road trips, and then growing up in the church as well. That whole the gospel style of music too. So those two very strong styles of music coming together, and they come together on this entire album, the Road to Rivoli album, which we've only just released. And so every song has a bit of a gospel thread through it, but you know, well and truly stands in the country music camp. So it's everything about me, all in this one album.
Let's talk about Road to Rivoli. As you say, it's a recent release, and it's your latest album. It's your 4th album, is that right?
Yeah, that's right. The distance, though, between the third album and the fourth album has been 21 years. So it's been a long time coming.
Been a minute or two.
Yeah, that's right. But, you know, when
Wow.
I got married and I had kids, and my whole life sort of just changed. Just my perspective on life changed, and so I was at home a lot, you know, with my boys growing up, and I just wanted to have that kind of life rather than out on the road and touring. And so I spent those couple of decades still writing, still very much involved with music and you know, doing gigs and that sort of thing. But yeah, the recording side of things and the touring side of things just got put on hold for a while. And then,
fair enough.
But both my boys are now older, and so I kind of figured I've got a bit more time on my hands, and thought I'd just I'd jump back into the whole music game again and see how we went. And so I guess, yeah, this album is a collection of songs that I'd been writing over those last 20 years or so. And so I recorded this album with Rod McCormack, who was one of Australia's premier producers. Really great time working up this project with him. And so I'm just really happy, really proud of this, all these songs that are on this album, and it's just great to have the new music out there again.
Yeah, well, you can't go wrong with Rod McCormack. I mean, so many people have worked with him, and he's known for the excellence of his product. You know.
Yeah, that's right.
A good choice to go with Rod. Now, still on the album, how many tracks are on the album?
There's 12 tracks on the album, yeah. So
that's
there's
good value,
and a good selection of songs and styles and subjects and that sort of thing. So it is a little like the title of the album is Road to Rivoli, and it is like taking a bit of a road trip. It takes you on a bit of a journey as you work through the songs, as you listen through. So I'm really pleased the way that it's all turned out.
And are they all gospel tracks, or is there a variation?
Yeah, look, it's not straight up and down sort of gospel music. It certainly has that message of hope through a lot of the songs. Okay. And I guess it's just representative of what I'm about and what I believe. You know, it's just telling everyday stories. A lot of it's just telling my story and my life and experiences, and how a lot of the times we come up against a lot of situations that we'd rather not be up against, but we find ourselves in a bit of a mess or difficult situation. But it's always good to know there is hope. There is a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel, and I think that's a message that the world needs to hear. There's a lot of stuff going on in the world today that's a bit crazy, and I think we need to know there is some good news.
No argument. I mean, I was just listening to the news feed earlier on the show. We play a news feature every hour, and listening to that, what's happening in the Gaza Strip, and the way the international community is sort of railing against what's going on, and rightly so, because that needs to be attended to. But greater minds than ours, I think, will have to do that. But let's get back to the music. Where can people buy your music?
Yeah, well, it's available through my website. So just they jump online and head on to brendanwalmsley.com.au, and they can just find it there online and easy to order. And I can send out a signed CD for anyone that would like to order the album, and happy to do that. And just keeping up to date with everything that's happening on the news page there, and also social media and that as well. People can check out what's happening. We've just released a new video clip too, which I'm really excited about, for that song "God Loves Country Music."
Oh, okay.
So that was a lot of fun. Just a bit of a line dance song.
Okay.
So we had a great time with a big group of people there in a little barn, and it was excellent. So that's out on that's on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram and all that sort of thing. So people, they want to check that out. It's a good fun song.
Great stuff. All right. Look, I might send you a postal address when I think of it later, and hopefully you'll be able to send me a CD of that album.
For sure, absolutely.
Great stuff. Because I haven't got much of your stuff in my playlist, maybe one or two, but I need more. So I'd like to have a listen to that album, and maybe rip a song or two off it or more. So if you can send me that, that'd be great.
Good, Harry. Thanks.
No worries. Always about supporting good Aussie talent. You tick the box there, no doubt about it. Now, I'd like to just talk to you briefly about the musical that you that you produced, Rose and Rodeo. To tell us about that. How did that happen?
Well, I guess as you mentioned in the introduction, I had quite a career with country music. I'd released 3 albums. I'd done touring and all that sort of thing. And then, as I mentioned, I took a little bit of a break. And part of what I was doing in that break was exploring a few different other musical avenues as well. And musical theatre happened to be come up. And so Toowoomba, where I'm from, were putting on a production of The Phantom of the Opera. Okay. And so that was a musical that I was really quite interested in as a kid, and I thought if I ever had the chance to be a part of that, I'd give it a go. And so I did. I actually landed the lead role of the Phantom.
Oh,
and
wow.
So that was a bit of a change in direction, but it was a lot of fun. It was really great.
Okay.
The guy that directed that then said, because he knew of my history as a country music artist, he said we should work on a musical together and come up with a bit of see what we can make work. And so I gave him a copy of all my albums, and he listened through, and he wrote like a story which wove a lot of the songs into this story. And a bit of backwards and forth between him and me as to developing the story, and I wrote a few new songs for it. And so we developed this musical based on actually my first song that I had out on country music radio, called Rose and Rodeo, which is about a couple of people who met and fell in love in an old-time country dance. And it's kind of like two people from different sides of town, It's a bit of a Romeo and Juliet sort of story.
Okay.
And so, it's just a great musical theatre production, but using country music and my songs too. So it was a great experience to show together like that. So it's a little bit different to a concert where it's just me getting up and singing my songs. It's having a cast involved and different characters singing my music and telling a bigger story using my songs to tell that story. So so it was a really great experience.
Yeah, it would be. I can imagine that, and it would take a fair degree of talent, I think, anyway, to put together something like that. Even with the assistance of someone who's experienced with it. But so accolades to you for doing that. But you've also been involved in other musical theatre productions. How many of those have you been involved in?
Look, I've probably been involved in probably 4 or 5 over the last few years.
Okay.
Yeah. So the Phantom of the Opera was the biggest one that I was part of, which is like a bit of a baptism of fire, jumping in the deep end with that one. It's a huge joke. But then I was involved in Mary Poppins. I played George Banks, so the father of the 2 kids in the musical.
Right.
And then, a couple of other productions that I've been involved with as well. So it's, for me, it's really people might think, country singer doing musical theatre, that's a bit of a, stretch. But again, there are 2 styles or 2 different ways of telling stories, and that's really what I'm about. I love a good story. I love telling stories. I love singing stories, and musical theatre is just another way of bringing that all together.
Okay.
And it's not just me singing on a stage. It's also, as I mentioned, it's bringing in other cast members and telling a story through not just song, but also acting and the whole stage design and props and all that sort of stuff that comes together to tell a story. So that's what it's all about for me.
So do you have an ambition to do Jesus Christ Superstar?
I wouldn't say musical theatre is not really an ambition. It's a fun thing to do, but I guess it's a huge commitment to go into that arena. Yeah. And I'm already pretty stretched with everything else that I've got going on in my little world.
Fair enough.
But it is, when I get the opportunity to do it, it is certainly a lot of fun. I certainly enjoy it.
Oh, I can imagine that you would. Now, so far, what's been your most memorable experience as a performer?
Oh, gee, that's boy.
That's a hard one, isn't it?
So, there's been a lot. I guess I guess what really changed the direction in my life was winning the Star Maker Award in Tamworth.
Right.
So that's when I really it kind of hit me that I had this platform now to make this dream become a reality. And so the Star Maker Award just provided me with so many opportunities and to record my music and to tour with some of those names that you mentioned earlier, Troy Casadale and Tanya Kernigan. So that was just really an incredible year. I think that year that I won the Star Maker Award. And but then, coming back to Tamworth and then picking up a few golden guitars, that's pretty special to be recognised in that way as well. And but yeah, I just think it's just such a privilege to be able to write songs and record songs and to put on shows where people come along and listen to the stories that you tell. And I sort of don't want to take any of that for granted. It's special every time you can share what you've been given. And so so I'm try and appreciate every moment that I get.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, you don't get enough of those as it is. I don't think anyway. But because there's always room for more. All right, now we're running short of time, but just before you go, tell us what's coming up next for you. What's coming up in the way of gigs or festivals or tours, or you're planning another album, anything like that?
Yeah, well, this album has only just come out, and so we're putting together shows and just trying to get out there now and doing like the live performances of the show. There's one thing to record the songs, but then it's a whole different thing when you're out there singing the songs live and seeing the reactions from people as you're singing the song. So that's pretty special. We're getting geared up again for Tamworth, so that's happening in January. So we're already booking shows for Tamworth.
Cool.
There's plenty happening between now and then, and it is great just to have new music out there, to be out there singing songs live, and just enjoying this ride as we go.
Excellent stuff. Yeah. And I imagine you're not finished yet, so There's a lot more stuff coming from Brendan Walmsley, I'd imagine.
Yeah, look, I'm just looking forward to just continuing to make new music, to writing more songs, and getting involved with other country artists as well. Perhaps there might be a tour or two together and writing songs together. It's a wonderful community, the country music family.
It is indeed. I have to agree. All right, look, I appreciate you taking the time to have this chat with me on your Sunday afternoon, Brendan. I thank you very much for doing that, and I hope it, as I said, it's not the last time that we get the opportunity to have a chat on the phone about your music and what's going on with your musical career.
Yeah, no, absolute pleasure, Harry. I appreciate you having me on, and I really appreciate your support of all things country, mate. Good on you.
No worries at all. Okay, you look after yourself and your family and all the other people you care about, and stay safe, and we'll talk to you again at some time in the future, I hope.
Look forward to it, mate. Thanks so much.
All right, thank you, Brendan, and bye for now.